Hiya folks, how you doing? We're back with Workers and Resources Soviet Republic on the Siberian biome from the Biomes DLC. This is episode 3 of the series. So, yeah, we've managed to completely miss winter again, despite it being 7 months of the year in this biome. So that's unfortunate. I guess you'll have to just keep watching the series to see what was going on. A few little things did happen in the meantime, but nothing that I could really justify starting recording to do an entire episode for. So I figured I'll just go run down the list right now. Everything's been constructed apart from a few of the houses, and the coal power plant is still being constructed. That's going to take a while because it needs so much concrete. Um, oh, and this switch as well hasn't been built. We can, yeah, no, our buses are assigned to it, so that should get done pretty soon. But we don't need that until the coal power plant's done anyway. One thing that's causing a bit of a problem there, where's our mixers? Yeah, our mixers are pulling from here, so they're going the whole length of this road every time they need to get a load. So we're going to switch that over, and then we'll just switch it back later on. That way the concrete mixers will be taking a much shorter trip. This one's done. We need to get the coal. In fact, you know what, we'll come back to that in a second. I'll go through what happened in the meantime between episodes. So we got the kindergarten done. I actually messed up with the kindergarten a bit because I forgot to tick the notify me when finished, and I forgot that it was building, so I didn't adjust the staffing levels straight away, and I was like, nothing was getting built for ages and ages, and I couldn't figure out why, and it was because no one was going to the bus station because they were all going to the kindergarten instead. We've got so few people that like that extra 15 people taken away from our construction abilities was plenty to to like sink our construction capacity. Luckily we still had enough people to go to the heating plant, so that was all good. Speaking of the heating plant, so I think in one of the previous episodes I was like, yeah, it goes down to minus 30 degrees. So what during the summer I saw minus 46, which was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. Um, so yeah, I think I've kind of proven out that this having multiple heat exchangers, even though they're only getting 100, even though they're only got pipes, what even even though the pipe is getting split into 100 each way, they are that is the good strategy. If we look at our overlays, it's not really going to show us anything useful right now because it's normal temperature outside. We'll keep that on. Um, yeah, I was looking. So when it was really cold, when it was below minus 30, all these buildings were kind of fine, but the cinema was starting to go down to like 17 degrees, which was enough to survive because people only go there for a little bit, so it wasn't too much of a problem. But like, that's the one that's only 160 meters away, and I think the shop was like a little bit colder than everything else, and it's only like 100 meters away. Um, so it looks like in order to survive this, we kind of, or in order to like comfortably get by this, we need to have all of our buildings within 100 meters of a heating substation, or heating exchanger they're called, which is good information. I think that's going to make things really useful for us later on to know that. We Our happiness is a little bit low right now. It is recovering. So what happened was, if you remember, when at the end of last episode, or like during last episode when we were setting up the heating plant, I had two buses going back and forward, and then I expanded that to six by buying four more buses. But I bought all them at the same time, and I sent them off all at the same time. And because I said them all, because they all started at the same time, they all ran out of fuel at the same time, and they all ran out of fuel up here. So the nearest fuel station was all the way up there. So they then went like, right, we're all going to go up for fuel, and this road hadn't been bulldozed; it was still covered in snow. So they went really slowly all the way up here, and really slowly all the way down here. And in the meantime, our heating plant had no staff because there was only two buses. Because this bit was it was all snowy as well. So um, yeah, we luckily we didn't lose any people as far as I'm aware. We didn't get any like excess deaths or anything. We didn't get any escapes. Uh, so yeah, it wasn't too much of a it wasn't too much of a problem. But people did get pretty unhappy and unhealthy, so they had to that had to be recovered. Um, what else? Oh yeah, so and staying on that one, I fixed it by adding more buses. I think I've got 10 on there now, and I also finished this end station so that they can be spread out more evenly without having to without them having to go really slowly along this road uh, with the normal line spacing. Um, and I think that's working out really well. I think we're keeping this fully staffed. We are getting buses. Like if we look, this one only dropped off one worker, so we are getting a bit of wasted labour. But that's much more preferable than having our people and having our people freeze to death. And in this episode, we'll adjust that so that we're using all those people. In fact, why am I not running it? We should rerun in the game so that this coal plant gets built. Um, yeah, I've got this bus stop ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 100% you go there, and then anyone left over can go to other places, and that will be it's only the coal power plant for now. But I'm thinking we might want to put a couple other things down this way, maybe a incinerator or um, an explosives factory or something. I don't think we have enough people to support an explosives factory. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's for later in the episode. What else did I do in between? Oh yeah, so after the issue with the buses and everything being really snowy there, I was a bit confused because these snowplows are really good. They're really fast. So I was like, why are they not keeping up? I've got six of them. I know we don't have a lot of the roads, but then I remembered we've got this huge road here, and the same at the other end, right? Goes all the way down to here, um, and they were snowplowing that, and it was taking them forever. So I got my snowplow sign there, so they no longer go down those roads, and that should really help make things better. What else? I made a list. I think the last thing on there is I put those two bigger buses back in the construction office, because we're going to need a lot of workers coming to this power plant. Um, Actually, you know what we can do? Let's get this bus. We'll get this line, and instead of sending them straight to the heating plant, we're going to send them straight. They're going to send them to the bus stop, unload, not load, um, as normal, as we, not as normal as we will be doing, continuing on, and that should we because we've already set that up. Whenever they go to this bus stop, they're going to send out all other people to the heating plant, if they can, and then anyone left over will go somewhere else, and that somewhere else can be the coal power plant, uh, where it's getting constructed, because our mixers are keeping up now, right? Uh, Kinda. They're still going to take a while, um, but now where are all the buses? Oh, they're all stuck behind the mixers are slower. Uh, yeah. Oh well. But yeah, they'll fill up here. Will they? What's going on? Oh no, yeah, no, okay, they were just taking a while to walk there. Yeah, I don't know why they're all bunched up like this. I guess because I changed the route. They need to do another route, another trip, another round trip to figure out the length of the route now that I changed it before they'll do line spacing properly. Well, that's fine. We've still got our one person slowly working on our monument. um, cool. Okay. The other thing we need to do is these guys. How much is going to be? So how much is coal? I know this is not the right way to look at it because this is the sell price, not the buy price. But it's 20 24,000 for an entire aggregate storage. So we should be okay if we do that. So let's just do that. Um, Cancel that one. Drop off here instead. Wait until unloaded. There we go. And that should start stocking up on coal. And when our power plant is finished, then we should start recovering some of that cost by selling it through the border. Ideal. Um, so I'm realizing now that I kind of didn't. So I had intended to take a little look around before the episode and like plan out what we're gonna do, and I'm realizing now that I just totally forgot to do that. So we need to figure out what we're gonna do. Let's get some Travis. I always like making the police and the secret service folk drive around in the like cheapest, crappiest cars possible. Uh, just yeah, yeah, just for the like total opposite of a. Uh, do you? Yeah, yeah. I set up these. So let's. So I don't think we've had any crimes. So we probably don't. We probably like two people is probably plenty in there, and then we'll just notify if it gets excessive, and then if it does, we can fix it. Um, Two, notify me. Yeah, and we'll just leave that going. We'll probably get a message at some point and have to like panic add a bunch of staff in there, but I don't want to go too crazy because yeah, like I said, we're limited on how many people we've got. How we're doing here? Okay, so we kind of want to. I can't remember if I built one of these. Yeah, no. Okay, so let's just put like 5 people on here, and then that should be about right to get that finished by the time the this one's all full up. It was raining. Um, yeah, so I guess we need to think about um, what we're going to do once the coal power plant's done, right? What else we're going to put our people to work on? Because the power plant only uses 20 workers, and that's about right for what we've got right now. But we're going to have more workers eventually. Our population is growing. Um, like let's see, this bus has only got 3 workers. Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's not. But yeah, some workers are getting to the power plant, and I want to think about what we want to do going forward. I guess I've kind of like made it so that getting stone quarries is a bit of a problem because it's all in the way. Like especially if our bulk harbour is going to be here, then having stone quarries here is going to make it hard to deliver materials there. Uh, but yeah, I think this is going to be the area for like low low numbers of people. So we've got this as 30 people. This is 20 people. If we add an incinerator, it's another 15 people, and then maybe we add like a gravel and like a gravel setup in our asphalt and concrete plants, and that should be enough for this area. And then that would be what like 50 or 60 people working at a given time, and that and half of them would be going to the heating plant. And what we could do, what that gives us is a way to easily transition later on to these areas being supplied by personal cars. We can give our people personal cars, like not all of them, but we can give like a couple of hundred of our people personal cars, lay out like a bunch of uh, parking lots for them out here, and then they can just drive to work here, and then that way we don't have to worry about bus routes. It's kind of an inefficient way to do it, but it's a thing I've been trying out in a few games lately, and it's fun to set up. It's a good management challenge, and like that's what we're here for, right? That's our entire thing. This is taking its time. Let's just put one here because I think that's in range of the bus stop, so we might as well let people walk there. Uh, what else? So yeah, let's do an incinerator, and I want to leave space for a road to come up here to access this area. So we'll put it a little bit down there, and then that's gonna, yeah, it should still be within range. We might need to build a footpath, but like that's well within our capabilities. But yeah, cool. An incinerator will let us earn a bunch of cash by importing hazardous waste and burning it, and we're far enough away that we should be fine. Hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, let's just grab an incinerator. The big one isn't actually that much more expensive. Um, the good thing about the big one is we could. No, the big one's too big. Like, yeah, no, we don't have the money for it. I don't think we can justify building a big one right now. Maybe later, once we've earned a bit more cash, we can do that. It it is out of range of our electricity there, so we're probably gonna have to fix that, but that's okay. And then we want to transfer for the input. I know I've kind of cut things a bit close for our road connection round this way, and one for an output. But then also, because we're going to be importing hazardous waste, I want a separate one for there so we can keep the input free for our technical services to deliver to, and ideally we'd be able to prioritize that one. I don't need that anymore. So what I've got is these modded garbage dumps, these giant like, yeah, look at the state of that. That's huge. So I think I'm gonna build one like this, and then that takes up probably more room than we really want. But we could. I need a free excavator. Do I have a free excavator? I do have free bulldozers. I bet you've got free bulldozers. So let's just do it like this. I don't have free. Oh, they're building this. That's why. So when that gets home, what building's on fire? Building on fire? The indoor pool. I mean, it's full of water. Surely you can just like, yeah. Cool. Okay, there we go. So that one had a crown that wasn't patrolled. That must have been before we set up the justice buildings. That's fine. That's fine. I need a free bulldozer. Okay, yeah. So they're all going to be building all these things. I wonder if I should buy a couple of bulldozers and put them in a depot, just for that. Where are the excavators up to? I don't think we have anything that should be doing with the excavators yet. I mean, now that this is there, but that wasn't the case when we were trying to build it. But yeah, we'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, that's going to be. I also want to do something up here with those transfers, so we get like one here and one here connected, and then we can get one of our other do we have enough distribution offices? Yeah, we can get a distribution office here, and then what that'll be is our technical offices will deliver all their trash to here, and then the distribution office will pick it up from here and deliver it to there, and the factory connection will allow that to work properly. And having two like that works really well because there's only two loading slots, and they don't have they don't have the thing that lets them that lets multiple vehicles drive in there at the same time. So giving them just extra loading space is a lot better. Global market report, fire extinguished, all good. What's the wear and tear? I don't think we. It's only 1962, so we've not had any issues with. We're not going to have any issues with wear and tear on vehicles uh, or buildings. That's weird. Oh, okay. Wear and tear of machines. Um, yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll be fine for a few more years. So that's maybe something else in our we can have in our kind of low. In fact, no, I don't want to put that down there. I was gonna say we could put our vehicle repair station down here, but I don't want to do that because um, vehicle repair stations don't produce pollution. So we might as well just put it up here, maybe in this little space here, so we can put a ship dock next to it. So we can put that within walking range of our city instead, and that'll be fine. But yeah, have we managed to? There's our bulldozers, right? Okay, now we can do what we were doing. So I'll just flatten this out a bit. I know it's down a hill a bit, so that might become a bit of a problem. That should be fine, should it? I don't know. We'll find out. Grid snapping. Need flat. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's not going to like that. It's not going to like that at all. Um, we'll put it out to like here. Yeah. I do really enjoy this Biomes DLC and the like different aesthetics it gives. Like the dirt roads that are kind of different, have a different skin, and the even the bare earth has a different skin. Um, yeah, there's a at first because of the first thing the first biome I tried was the tropical one, and I was like, this doesn't have any. Uh, this is just not like so the tropical biome's like big thing is that it rains a lot there, which is effectively a non-issue because you don't we don't the rain only affects the speed of dirt roads, and no one likes dirt roads anyway, so you don't want to be using dirt roads. um, so and it also the temperature there is so warm that you never need a heating plant at all. It never goes below like 25 degrees, so it's effectively easy mode. And I was like when I was playing that, I was kind of like, this isn't really very impactful. It's just an easy. It's just basically the game with temperature switched off. Um, but then I tried this and the ridiculous coldness, and the desert biome as well is kind of cool because it's also like the tropical one where you don't. It's not quite as warm, but it never gets cold enough that you absolutely need a heating plant. So you can just get away with not building them, and it basically goes down to like 16 or 17 degrees, like this temperature, occasionally. But that's not enough to hurt your people or even make them very unhappy. Um, but the cool thing about the desert biome is, unlike basically anywhere else, so we can get groundwater anywhere for this, but in the desert biome you can't. There's big, like the only place is it basically builds a biome around the coastline before it goes to like 2 or 3 uh, what are they called, contour lines, two or three big contour lines away from the coast, and those are the only places where there's water available, and they're the only places and farms don't work unless they're in that area as well. Well, farm fields, not the farm buildings. So that's really interesting. I was playing that and challenging myself to like grow all of my own crops, and it was a really interesting challenge. So yeah, cool. Okay, this is done, and you can see. So when this drops off, because this is 34% full, this will also fill up to 34% full. These two will stay even, but that's not the case for the heating plant. The conveyor engine will pull coal into here and keep that completely full. So that's just this, and we finished the switch as well. So as soon as we get some workers in here, which like maybe that's not going to happen because we're still sending people here to build things. Maybe it's going to take a while, but it should be fine. But yeah, like at some point we should start getting some overflow people coming into the coal plant. Ah, there we go. There's our first people coming in. We The entrance is all the way down the end. There we go. Full on production, burning through some coal, making us some profit. 15 megawatts, maxing out that wire. Uh, and yeah, we're exporting 300 rubles already, and it's been like what, 10 seconds? So that's going to be a decent earner for us. Um, yeah, cool. And yeah, we've maxed out the capacity on that. We've already got buses going back without that. So we've definitely got enough people left over for our incinerator. Notify me when this is finished. Notify me when this is finished. Yeah, I don't care about the rest of that. Notify me when this is finished and this is finished. Cool, cool. Okay, what else do we want to do? This might turn in. Oh, we need electricity because this isn't within range of the electricity. I don't think it's within range of the plumbing and stuff either. Yeah, so maybe we should do that too. Just chuck that. These are super cheap, so we might as well just chuck them down wherever we need them. Um, cool. And then yeah, electricity. Um, and I've kind of regretted what I did. Oh no, I was gonna be like, I need to remove those so we can put a waste collection thing in there, but no, it's an incinerator. It's just gonna burn all its waste. That's not how that works. Um, and yeah, there's good for electricity, I guess. And like just for like bonus, let's just put let's just plug it into here as well. Like this one that's sitting here, they've got three inputs. So if we, why is it building in the way? Uh, Go this way. Go under building in the way. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we could plug that into there, and then if there is power available from here, that it'll supply to ourselves because we can only export 15 megawatts, and we can produce more than that. We might as well use that as an overflow. We might as well use it where we can. Oh come on, you can totally connect there. Right, shorten that a bit, and then no, no, you're not gonna like it. Right, yeah, that's good enough. That'll do. That'll do. I don't know how. I mean, yeah, why not? That's horrifyingly that's horrifyingly deep. But yeah, cool. This one's going away down this way. Um, I wanna. Did I build a switch? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's where this is going. In fact, we can. Oh no, we can connect it next to that, and along, and there. Cool, 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 cool. Um, yeah, I'm happy with that. It'll take a little while to build. These ones don't need any workers. They just get groundworks the whole way. These ones do. I can assign. Yeah, because I'm still manually assigning the construction office. Maybe we should update our construction setup. Maybe it's too expensive. I want to let's grab. So I think I've maxed out the free ones, but there are these pioneer ones which are also free. So I want to put one of those here, and I want to split up my buses. Like the cars and buses, yeah. So this one can go. These ones can go into here. Can get workers from the same place, but they can just auto search, and that way I don't have to assign the little stuff like these or this thing or like these. I don't have to manually assign those, but I still have the option to manually assign to the big stuff to our big buses. Because if we tried to do that with our big buses, they'd suck away all the workers from here, and we'd end up like shooting ourselves in the foot for the heating plant. So that's probably the best way to work that out. And later on, when we've got a bit of our income coming in, nearly 5 grand. I like that. Cool. Yeah. Later on, when our income is starting to kind of make the number go back up, we can make some proper construction things. I don't like using the free buildings that much. I like to transition to using entirely non-free buildings relatively early in the game and just stick with that. So this is finished. I don't. I want to know if that's overflowing. I don't remember why. Yeah. Okay. So that doesn't give us. That doesn't help us until this is done anyway. Uh, cool. Cool. This one you can have one worker. There you go. um, yeah. Oh, so I took it. So these all had one worker, and they all got like partly done. But when I had that kindergarten problem, when everyone was going to kindergarten, I didn't know what's going on. I thought that might be the problem, so I went and I switched them all off again. So our monument's done, covers everything. That should be awesome. What else do we need? What did I have built here? Oh, I planned out the pool and the cinema there, right? And then I was like, no, that's too far away from the heat exchangers, which in retrospect was absolutely correct. If the cinema had been here, like, yeah, that would have been that would have been super bad. So if we do want to expand out buildings that need heating in this direction, we're going to need more heat exchangers. Uh, Although we do always have the option to use like this space and this space, which should be within range, and this space as well, in fact. So they've got plenty of room to expand out. It's going to be a really interesting way to city build where we've got to have everything like clustered around a heat exchanger. It might be a really interesting thing to build to do it like um, little villages. Like each one gets one heat exchanger and everyone clusters around it, like playing Frostpunk or something. And yeah, due to small child. Okay, so we need more workers in here. We'll make it 8. Uh, maybe we should think about what the plans are for longer term in this game, because like we're sorting out our income here, right, and that'll give us a bunch of money to play with, and then we can start thinking about like what are our plans for expansion. Um, like the first thing we want to do with that income is get even more industries, ones that will give us lots of profit, because then I want to think about. So this map, we've only got a little bit of territory to play with. I mean, a pretty reasonable amount. Like this could last us quite a long time, but then we want to start thinking about like where else do we go, right? What else do we want to do? And we don't have any. Like we could come over. Could we come over to Dunrog? No, no. I mean, unless we unlocked the foreign power connections that we can build ourselves, we can't really do anything with Dunrog. I was like, maybe we could build another like totally independent city over here. Um, I mean, we could do it like because I've got all these vehicle mods. It is actually viable to start near a NATO one. Obviously, we start with much less money for that, so it's less viable, and the NATO vehicles are all very expensive as well. But it could be done. Um, but yeah, but the other option is to start working with. Um, in fact, no, there's multiple options, right? So the first option we could do is we could build a bunch of helicopter construction offices, and build a republic on here that on one of these islands that's just totally unconnected to any customs house, and do all our logistics, import logistics by ships. It's going to be super expensive. Helicopters and ships are and all the infrastructure to support them are super expensive. But we could do it. We're talking long term. The alternative could be like we've got like this. It's kind of awkward because like we can't send a ship all the way across the map because we're kind of blocked in by this. So this is like a kind of lagoon, so we can get off the map, but we can't get across the map. But that means we've got access to all of this area. The coastline of all of this area is accessible from our starting area. So maybe we could just expand out and have like another residential city here, another residential city here, another residential city here. And probably not down here. We'll save that for industry. But then we could start building the passenger harbors, because that's like 1,000 workers, right? So we could absolutely build the passenger harbors and start sending ships over for industries over here. It's something I played around with before. I played around with them. I played around with ships as a kind of connecting industry between like a residential city and a service city where it has all the shops and stuff, and it didn't work. It doesn't work like that because um, the passenger harbors, even if the ships are really fast, they have to slow all the way down to come into the passenger harbor, um, and it takes so long for them to dock that the frequency just can't be high enough to keep up with passengers because they only wait an hour on the platform. Uh, but for workers, as long as it's nothing that's super, like if it for workers it's fine because like if they don't get on a boat, then they'll just go and find somewhere else to work, or another harbour to wait at, and they won't get a happiness hit, and the and the what am I trying to say? The oh I just realised OBS is set up wrong, so you get to see what time it is for me. Uh, cool, and you probably can't hear the game. I will. Yeah. The what was I say? saying, yeah, industries generally have lots of workers, right? So if as long as there's a general pool of workers, the frequency doesn't need to be that high. We can run it at 75% capacity a lot of the time, and it'll just work fine. So boats could work really well for that. And then what we could do is like we could do something like all of our all of our logistics on this island, all of our passenger logistics on our starting kind of peninsula, maybe just call it a peninsula, could be like um, could be done by personal cars. Like the only way passengers move around is by personal cars, which could be a really interesting thing. But yeah, yeah. Well, I'll have a think. I'll see what there is. If you have opinions, put them in the comments. I'm uploading these ones pretty much immediately after I record them, so I will see your comments before I do the next one. Uh, so yeah, if you have opinions on what would be an interesting thing to see, please let me know. And yeah, okay, cool. We've got this hazardous waste. There's these things. Let's find them. Waste truck. There's these garbage skips that have like six skips on the back, which are, I guess that's some modded vehicle. They're kind of slow, but they can carry loads and loads. So I'm just gonna buy like one of these, and that's gonna be its job. It's kind of cheesy to be using one of these, um, but like for importing hazardous waste to here, that's absolutely fine. That's the kind of ideal solution. Um, I wouldn't ever use it for like a technical services or anything. It wouldn't. I don't think that would work really well. They work really well in demolition offices as well, actually. But yeah, load hazardous waste, take it here, unload, wait until unloaded, and go. And that should be a bit of extra supplemental income. And by yeah, we'll see. I want to see when it starts loading. I've got construction. Um, yeah, because someone mentioned when I was doing the play along series, someone left a comment talk saying that every every customs house has like a randomly rolled composition of their hazardous waste, which explains so much. But it's really interesting to see this one's got loads of stuff. In the play along tutorial series, there wasn't any of the hard stuff like the metal or the aluminium or the construction waste. It was all biological waste and hazardous waste, and like it was all burnable stuff, um, which was a bit awkward because I'd wanted to later on do some sort of waste separation setup, but uh, but yeah, like that's not this episode's problem. But in this case, it's there's loads of construction waste and metal scraps and stuff. I didn't look at how much that was worth actually. Yeah, 6 grand for 39 tons. I think have we already tanked the cost of that? Where's hazardous waste? Here we are. Yeah, okay. So we might need to rethink that. I think we need to construction waste. Yeah, I think we need to rethink that's the rate of that is way too big. We're importing way too much stuff too quickly. We're gonna end up with that being positive. Uh, we're gonna end up having to pay to take that away. So yeah, that's something I built this consciously here so that we could later on have a harbor here and deliver it by ship. That's something I did in another game, and it was really good because while the ship went and took a whole bunch of waste, and made this price, it made the price skyrocket. That only lasts for like a month or so, and then the price just immediately drops back down to where it should be. So you can kind of cheese it by just sending the ship, getting like 200 grand of hazardous waste, getting it delivered, and then parked up at a dock, and then send it again manually for a single trip when the price resets, and then eventually this is full and you can just have it running continuously because the incinerator can't burn it quick enough for the ship to be running all the time, and it just kind of works out. So yeah, maybe we can do that later on. What else? Oh, that's this one. Yeah, stock production. Yeah, we don't. Stock production isn't too much of a hassle. Uh, in August, but yeah, cool. Okay, so I think we're gonna call it a day at that. This is still all being constructed, so in the next episode we'll get all that set up. I don't think it's within. Yeah, I think we'll need to build a footpath to bring it in walking range, but we can do that later on. Um, yeah, I think this it's August now, so we've got like a month and a half until winter. It's something like the 12th of October. It starts being winter. So hopefully this is done by then, and we can start the next episode at that point. I'll have a think about what we want the plan to be. We kind of are sorted for money. We're going to be in that phase of we need to. Yeah, we're going to be in that phase of like we've spent all our starter money. We do have income coming in, but it's slow, so we need to not spend our money too quickly, which is something I've historically not been that great at. But yeah, what else do we need to, let's do this actually. We should set up. We should move this snow plough blocking sign down there. But yeah, have a mention in the comments if you have any opinions on where we should go next. I've not really got a big plan for this series. I'm just playing it by wing. So we'll see where we go. I really want to. Oh God, we're only on 12%. I would really be interested to see where all our resources are, but it's going to be a while before we can do that. So I don't think it's worth trying to rush that. Yeah, but our population's going up. Our profits are. We're now making profits. Two rubles so far this month. Last month we would have made like 7,000 rubles of profit if we hadn't bought that truck. We'll use it for something else. In fact, we'll put it in here. That's going to be the one that takes stuff out of here and brings it to the incinerator, which is good. And then yeah, I'll buy some smaller trucks. Once that price resets itself, I'll buy like one or more, probably even just one small truck to import hazardous waste, and then we'll see what the price is doing and if we can afford a second truck. The amount you can import before you get the amount you can import before you get before the price goes up changes depending on your population. The more population you have, the less sensitive the price is. So as time goes, that shouldn't be too much. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.